Hey cats and kits, Captain Zorik here. Another day in Astoria Park. It's another Tuesday evening, and it's another virtual Society for Creative Anachronism sword fighting practice / training. Hey Gavin, thanks for being the first one here. Captain Zorik, I mean to say, in SCA context, Lord Airvold the Optimistic, real life Zorik Lakidra, and I'm Marshal of the New York City chapter of the Society for Creative Anachronism, known as the Crown Province of Ostgardr, for our fourth virtual online video sword fighting practice and training session. Hey Betty Lou, hey Bob, hey Gavin, thanks for being the first three on board. So without any further ado, let's just give a quick look at the situation. We are outdoors, so the air is moving. Though we missed out on the sun, it's just gone behind a cloud and it's going to go down in about 27 minutes. So we won't have the sunlight to help disinfect the world, but I will be at least 6 feet from this curb over here, so and about 10 feet from that bench over there, and anyone else who comes close enough to me will probably get hit by a stick. So with that in mind, we're going to live life a little dangerously because we have taken an assessment of the risks and have determined and are going to go with the concept that if you're at least 6 feet away from someone, my cough spit is not going to get to you, and hopefully I will not cough so much. And that guy, for instance, is keeping a wide berth from me. They're keeping a wide berth. And these things don't so much protect you from what comes in as they do protect everyone else from what comes out. So as long as I stay on this side of that phone, I should be good. So, everybody, without any further ado, warm-ups. Start by jogging in place. Please don't gather around me. We are practicing social distancing. Oh, with this is an online training sword fighting class. Okay, so jogging in place. Here we go. All right, let's pick up the pace a little. Here we go. High knees. Okay, regular jog and kick your butt. Regular jog. Now, once again, this shoulder has been recently surgerized and is not quite ready for prime time. So do with both arms what this arm does. All right, just swing it around. Get that shoulder loosened up. There you go, because the shoulder is a very important part of your body when it comes to swinging a sword. All right, and back again the other way. All right, okay, and slappy hugs. Slappy hugs. Hey, I like how the stripes in this early 20th century football sweater make it easy to see where my arms are going. Okay, hand, punches, jab. All right, again, do what this arm is doing because that arm has a functioning shoulder and this arm is still coming off of surgery. Punch to the sky. Punch to the side. All right, shake your arms out and series of jumping jacks. Take off the glasses. All right, 10 counts for each kind of jumping jack. Ready? Standard jumping jack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clap your hands in front. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Running man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And crossing hands and feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Jog it out, jog it out, jog it out. Okay, now 10 quick squats, standard squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 push-ups. Use 2 arms if you got them. I only have one, so this is going to be embarrassing. Urfta. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And finally, lie on your back, touch your toes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And up. All right? Okay, light jog, jog in place, jog in place. All right, now, small hops, forward and back first. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left to right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hand. Twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hand. Mountain climbers. Hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And power jacks. 1, 2, hand over your head. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hand. Power squats. Or is that the other way around? What we just did was power squats. Now we're doing power jacks. That's where you jump up and slap your hand with your knee. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, since that was all about the legs, if you can do Hindu squats, Hindu push-ups, do Hindu push-ups. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to do it with one arm again. I'm going to do one-arm push-ups again. If you can do Hindu push-ups, do 7 to 10, whatever you can do. And I'm going to do Hindu push-ups, one-arm push-ups going the other way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to do bicycles for the abs, and then we're going to do Hindu squats. So, bicycles. Lay on your back. And, okay, your legs are like this. Your arms behind your head. Opposite elbow to the opposite knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Last part of the calisthenic part of the warm-up is Hindu squats. Now again, do what this arm does, not what this arm does, but do this with both arms. So, feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing straight forward. Stick both arms out, palms down. Start bending down, pressing your heels, bending your knees, pressing your heels into the ground, letting your knees go in front of your toes. Just watch what happens. You're putting your arm behind yourself as if you're going to put your hand in your back pocket, and you straighten your arm out, and by then you should not be able to keep your heels on the ground, so lift them up into a grand plie in 6 position, and then swing your arm up as you press your heels down. And that's 1. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down like a bellows, inhale up like a balloon. Ready, and here we go. I'm gonna try to do 10 of these, and 1, 2, don't go further down than you really can. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and last one, 10. All right, how'd you guys do? Were you able to get all 10 of the push-ups, all 10 of the everything else? I knew you could. Actually, I have no idea if you can. You could just be sitting there on your couch eating Doritos for all I know, but thanks for tuning in anyway. We got lots more to go, so don't go nowhere. Get yourself some water if you feel like you need it, and trust me, you want it, you're gonna need it. So hydrate. I'll give a quick shout out to whoever's here. Oh wow, we got a nice big list. All right. Hey there, okay, Betty Lou, Bob, Gavin, Craig, Tim, Travis, John Travis. We got Travis Harvey, and then we got John Travis. Jerry Lawson, you've been here a lot. Thank you for coming. Anna, Aja, or is that Aha? Whatever. Here we go. Stephen, Richard, Eve, Richard again, different Richard, Chris, Anthony, Marcia, Nancy, Scheherazade, hey, good to see you here. Candy with a K, Craig, Andrea, Jocko, Benjamin, Jason, and I may have missed a few folks, but just want to let you know that I appreciate each and every one of you coming out here. Makes me feel validated and that kind of thing. For those of you wondering, I am keeping social distance. I cannot physically get within 6 feet of the curb behind this here lamppost that this phone is stuck to. So, and I can't get closer than 10 feet to that bench over there, and you can see how far the street is. So, I'm wearing the gloves because who knows what I'll be touching, and this sweatsuit goes into the laundry tomorrow morning. So, we've got that covered. Now, on to the sword work. Anybody else join me? Hey, okay, can you type your name in English letters, because I love you because you're here every week, but I can't pronounce your name. Anyway, so, all right, so let's just flexibilize our fingers here. Okay, note how I'm turning in my little finger first. Now switch it up. Turn in your big finger, your pointer finger first. Your first finger first. Okay? So it's kind of like you're milking a cow here, or turning a door handle, okay? Let's get that going on. Let's get that door handle thing going on. Let's get that milking a cow thing going on, all right? Now, add our wrist to this. We want to limber up our wrists. You'll see why in a bit. All right, and then our wrist the other way. Keep it limber, keep it limber. It's not that our power comes from the wrist, as Grace Jones said in Conan the Destroyer, but you'd be surprised how much the wrist does contribute to power. Now, let's add the elbows. Again, do with both arms what I'm doing with this arm, which, if you know Facebook Live, is a mirror image so that you can my left arm, though it looks to you like my right. Okay. For those of you who don't know, this shoulder had a torn rotator cuff that got recently repaired, so I'm not really doing anything with it except for therapy, and so you're not going to see me swinging any swords with it. So now, let's loosen up that shoulder again. Big circles here, big circles. And big circles the other way with both arms now. Okay, and do the slappy hug thing, alternating which arm is above and which arm is below. Sorry about the belch. All right, and give it a little swing so that we're loosening up all our torso muscles, our hips and everything. All right, now we haven't done any stretching yet, so we're gonna do it with our neck. Give it some rolls. There we go. All right, left, right, or whatever direction, so long as the other direction is what you do after it. That side to side, side to side, forward, back, forward, and around. And inhale, and roll it down. Down the spine, count of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel the stretch in the backs of your legs. Straight, shake out your shoulders. Shake out your shoulders there. All right. Let it go down a little bit further with every breath. Inhale and out. In, out. Soft knees. Don't lock your knees. In, out. Okay, now that you're here, full squat. Heels up. Bounce it ever so slightly and gently. You want to get those knees, those tendons in your knees, limbered up. All the muscles involved. There you go. All right, now straighten up, grab the backs of your ankles if you can't put your hands on the floor, and feel the stretch in your back. Feel the stretch in your shoulder blades. All right, feel the stretch there. There you go, give it another couple of tugs and roll it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to one side, really stretch out the serratus anterior there. Breathe into it, going down a little bit further with every breath. And up. And if you have a functioning shoulder, do the same to the other side. And up. And to the back. Back up. Grasp your fingers, knuckles out, behind your back. Now put your knuckles to the sky the hard way. Feel that in the shoulders. Stretch out them shoulders nice and easy. Gentle stretches, gentle active stretches. Back up, flat back to one side, flat back to the other side. Take it down, pull. Take it to the other side, pull. Take it to the center, roll it up. Stretch it, lunge this way. There you go, lunge this way. Try to put your heels down, keep that back leg straight. Okay, lunge forward. Bounce into it, gentle bounces. Straighten it up. Chest to knee. Take this arm to around the ankle. Feel the stretch in the shoulder blade. And lunge. Turn to the front. Toes to the sky. Feel it in the hamstring. Sit into it. Feel it. All right. If you release gas, that's okay. Now, with the foot flat, toes forward, lunge that way. There we go. There we go. Now, lunge that way, facing that way. All right. Keep the back leg straight. Try to push your heel to the ground. And now, forward, down, deeper lunge. Get that hip flexor stretched out. And straighten it up. chest to knee. And hand that's closer to me, wrap around the ankle, pull, loosen out that shoulder blade muscle. And lunge, forward, toes up, hamstring. Back of the hamstring there. All right, and up. And now just limber up the knees and ankles, feet together, hands on your knees. Turn the knees there. Limber up the knees and ankles. And the other way. Finish up with the feet. Remember last week I almost twisted an ankle there. And other foot. Okay. Shake it out. Just shake it out. Take water if you need it. Now, there are lots of companies that make energy drinks. I put this in a water bottle, but it was, what do you call it? Arizona's Energy, which is not an energy with all the with like a Monster or a Red Bull. It's more like a sugar water fruit juice with some herbs and whatever in it that's supposed to give you energy. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a placebo, but I sometimes take a swig of it. Whatever. Check with the doctor if you've got any kind of condition that ought to consider whether you ought to consume any kind of stimulants. Check with the doctor if you've got any physical condition before doing any kinds of these exercises, the warm-ups, the stretches, the swinging of swords. And I hope those are all the responsible disclaimers that I have to do. And if you do it outdoors, make sure you are doing it more than 6 feet from any person, not just because you might have the virus and breathe on them, or they might have the virus and breathe on you, but also because you might hit someone with a sword. This being a rubber sword, it wouldn't be a big deal, but the swords we're going to use are made out of rattan. So, let me take a last swig of water before we get moving. Okay, who else there? Jason, good to see you, Trunks. Other Jason, I don't have a nickname for you. Oriana, Marcus, Janet. Okay, those are the new people. Benjamin, did I say hello to you? Jacko, Andrea, Craig. Yeah, I got everybody. So, I'm not going to waste your time saying hello again. Let's get going. Now, put your stick down. Now, you can take the next few moments if you wish to find a stick. I like to use one that'll just skim the top of the grass. Your mileage may vary. I like one that's got a balance point kind of close to the hand. Again, your mileage may vary. So, now imagine that you've got a door handle, all right? It's not a knob, a handle, right? And it's horizontal, and you need to turn it to vertical in order to open it, okay? So, you don't have to move your thumb and forefinger very much, but you do have to move each finger a little bit more depending upon how far away they are from your thumb and forefinger, right? Like so. No. Like so. Like so, right? Okay, you could just push with your pinky. You could do a 1, 2, 3. Try to just start with doing a 1, 2, 3 thing, okay? Or at least with these last 2 fingers. All right? Now, lots of different people have lots of different decisions over how to use your fingers to swing a sword. And sometimes the choice over which fingers you use will affect the blow, its trajectory, its power, that sort of thing. But I just want you to get used to the concept that the fingers that are further away from your thumb are going to be moving more than the fingers that are close to your thumb. All right? Now, right now we're turning a door handle, okay? Now what if that door were horizontal and intangible and going through your head? Then you'd be turning your hand like this. Now notice how my elbow is turning naturally, okay? Now imagine, now you've got your palm like it's holding a tray of soup, in order, because that's the way you hold a door handle. That'll make it easier to turn that door handle as if you've got your palm horizontal. Now that's because your palm should be oriented so that the knife edge of it, the karate chop edge, is in line with that red line, which is the simulated blade of a sword. All right? So when I'm doing this, I'm simulating swinging a sword horizontally. And believe it or not, if your forearm's strong enough, you can kill somebody just by doing that. But as you saw, I'm the guy who has to work out like a fiend to have average human strength, and I've not been working out like a fiend lately. So I'm going to have to use more than just the muscles in my forearm to do this. So I'll bring my elbow into play. I swing my elbow forward, and by making a big circle with this elbow, I make a small tight circle with my wrist and my fingers, and that makes a big circle with the end of the sword. All right? So use your imagination. I'm going to show it once or twice with the sword, but I want to continue working without the sword in hand, okay? You see how that works? Big circle with the elbow, small circle with the hand, big circle with the end of the sword. All right, so yes, I am going to be washing this sweatsuit tomorrow morning. So, boom, boom. All right, now believe it or not, this alone can develop enough power to kill someone in SCA combat. Of course, if you put your body into it, you can get more power. But, so, let's try that. Let's just try taking the top part of our torso and turning it. Okay, just the top part of our torso. Pull with the opposite shoulder blade, okay? Pull back with the opposite shoulder blade and see how much power that can give you, because it's about moving that elbow, and you don't have to move the elbow by moving your shoulder. You can move the elbow by moving both your shoulders. I mean, not by flexing your shoulder, but by turning your shoulders, all right? Now, what if we used our midsection? Let's use our lower back, our abdominals, and our obliques to turn our shoulders, all right? Feel how much power you can get with that. Notice how you got to do a lot of core exercise to make that work. So let's try our hips. There's good mechanical advantage in having narrow hips, and I know this is dorky, but this will help you see it better. Narrow hips turn a little bit to make broad shoulders turn a lot. Boom. Okay, boom. Boom. Notice I have not even extended my arm yet. Okay? We'll extend our arm in the next step, because the next step is, instead of just making the twist come from the clench of the butt cheek on your sword side, try that. Clench the butt cheek on your sword side. See how that works? All right. Now, add to that the lower back, add to that the opposite shoulder blade, and feel how much power that's getting in your body. All right. Now, add to that the rear foot. There you go. When you add the rear foot, then your arm just wants to go forward. It's almost a whiplash kind of thing. You want to have complete muscular control of every part of your body, but feel how by pushing off your rear foot, you get more power. Now, a question about where your feet belong. It's not fencing. See, fencing, you put yourself on a line here, and so when you want your back foot to move in front of your front foot's in the way. In strip fencing, that sounds wrong. But in fencing on a strip, you never want to put one foot in front of the other, all right? However, in our game, someday you might. So, take that back foot, put it that way just a little bit, about 1 foot width, okay? That way, if you ever want to step forward, you can. Likewise, backward. We'll get to that. So, put that toe angled a little bit forward, a little bit that way. Your front toe maybe not quite on target, but a little bit that way. That creates the pizza slice of doom. I don't have time to explain it for you, but set your feet in a way that you can push off with your rear foot. And by twisting your hand, you get a mighty strong sword blow there. All right? Okay, now, let's take our swords. Let's do this thing. All right, for most of you, you want to choke up right up to your queons. These queons are made out of 4 pieces of garden hose. I could have used my sword with the steel basket hilt, iron I should say. That's got a lower center of gravity, makes it heavier though. I could use the plastic basket hilt, which is a lot lighter, so the blade feels heavier, but you wouldn't be able to see my fingers. So, here we go. And don't worry, I'll wash off the handle of my sword later. So, coming at me. Nice and slow there. Okay? Let's actually start from the beginning. Just the hand. Okay? I want you to get used to a horizontal swing that does not involve your hand swinging. Alright? Now you want to keep it horizontal so that it'll actually hit the other person at your head. At their head. Keep it at your teeth. Keep the sword at the level of your teeth. Alright? Now let's open up that elbow. Boom. Alright? Open up that elbow and turn that door handle. Boom. Open up that elbow and turn that door handle. Keep that hand in place, alright? Don't let it drop down. Alright? Now, the shoulders. Let that arm extend forward just a little bit. Not swing out, extend forward. There you go. Boom. 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 All right, lower back. Hips. And with the foot. And the whole leg coming out of Mother Earth. Now, if you have a thing that you can hit, say you have the bedpost of a loft bed that you've wrapped a bath mat around, or if you've got a punching bag and you put some padding around your stick so that you don't damage the punching bag, or if you've got a post in your backyard, I've seen rope, thick rope, coiled around a post to make a good pell, all right? Or a mattress or something. Maybe not a mattress, maybe a futon. That'd be expensive, but you get the idea. Basically something between your stick and your pell to cushion the blow so you don't damage either. All right, I'm gonna give you a different angle. Okay, are we feeling comfortable? If we're not, rewind this later. Go back to youtube.com/NewYorkKnightsCombat1. All right, and you can watch the first 3 of these trainings where we go over this in more detail, because now we're going to get to number 2. With number 2, remember, drop your sword, turn your elbow over, and be sure to turn your hand over too. Swing, drop your sword, crank it up. Okay? Swing, drop your sword, turn your elbow over. Now your hand does like the Pepsi Summer Chill Out. Knife edge so that you're hitting them with the edge of the blade. You're not hitting them flat like a tennis racket, you're hitting the edge. I have no idea if that's how you swing a tennis racket. So, 1, 2. Take it from this angle. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now remember, if you use your hips, you don't have to use your shoulder that hard. 2, 1, 2. If you wind up leaning forward and back with your torso, that's fine. Your hand only goes up and down in space while going forward and back relative to your head, but the truth is it's your head that's going forward and back. Your hand is just going up and down. All right, now 3 takes it from the number 2, and your elbow comes down to your hip and you extend out and you close your hand. Try that again. We're up at 2. Elbow down. See, my hand is open here, and I've got my pinky there, I've got my thumb here, and I'm using the momentum. I'm using the fulcrum there to bring the sword over, right? So I'm up here, I bring it up, and I close, all right? Watch that, you're up here, okay, boom, you're up here, you bring your elbow down, and that's gonna bring the bottom part of your hand down. You'll let it swing around, and then you catch it as you extend your arm. So, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. See how the hips move the body, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. One more time. Oh yeah, and one thing, number 3 is not, I'm gonna look like I hit you high, but I hit you low, because that way you'll hit them in their ankle, and that's against the rules. So, it's get the hand low, palm up, so the sword comes horizontally. Last time, 1, 2, 3. All right, how you all doing? Feel free to give me a thumbs up or something if you're actually paying attention there. Shake it out, shake out your shoulders, limber it up if you have to. We're now going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the silly walks, then we'll work on some footwork. All right, so 4 is you've got your sword over here. You've chopped them in this leg, all right? So now you pull back. You pull back your torso a little bit. You pull back your hand a little bit. If you just give a tug on it with this finger here, all right? If you're close enough to the center of balance, you can just give a tug on it. When you pull your hand back just a little bit and you release with your lower hands, you'll see how that almost comes naturally. Work, trust the physics. Boom, all right? Boom, and then once it's up, you merely turn your hand over, let the momentum take your hand to the other side of your body until the sword's horizontal, then give it your hip and drive and close your hand. So, we've done number 3, up, over, bam. And we've done number 3, up, over, bam. We've done number 3, back, up, over, bam. We've done number 3, back, up, over, bam. And then to a hanging high guard, back behind your head to number 1. You know, you can either keep your hand down here or up here in a chicken wing, which is the closest, which is pretty close to what a lot of people find comfortable for holding a shield. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, 4. If you notice that I'm using my body a little bit differently every time around, that's me trying to remind myself which is the best way to do it. Feel free to either stick to one and just drill it exactly the same way, or experiment. Let yourself say, what if I put more hip into it? What if I put more elbow into it? Experiment like that until you find what's comfortable for you. Okay, here we go. And we're just going to do a handful more of these, and then we're going to add it to the walks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now without stopping, one fluid motion. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Relax. Okay. Next, let's give a quick hello to who's here before we move on. Dean, how's the music business going? 20% tippers live. Michael, St. Clair, Kurt, Trunks, Jason, Oriana, Marcus, Janet, and yes, I think I've said hello to everybody else before. Thank you for joining us. We're now moving into the swinging a sword and moving your feet at the same time. So, silly walks, as we recall, it is with number 1, you bring your sword foot forward, bang. Number 2, you bring your shield foot forward, bang. Number 3, you rock back on your sword foot, bang. Number 4, you rock forward on your shield foot, bang. And then hanging high guard, and 1. All right, so I'm going to step back so I can do it a few paces before to get to you. All right, so here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and rotate, and 1. Notice how when I pivoted on my feet, I was already in 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, don't think I don't have eyes in the back of my head. And 1, 2, 3, 4, pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. Shake it out. Take water if you need it. Okay, so I promise footwork. Okay, so put your sword down or hold it on your shoulder, doesn't matter. You know what? I'm going to hold it on my shoulder just to remind myself that I have a sword. So, now, there are perfectly legit ways to fight with your sword foot forward. We'll get to that later. Oh yeah, one little principle. If someone else is teaching you something, and it's different from this, don't think, oh, this is completely different from what, oh shit, I touched my face. Okay, don't think, oh, this is completely different and I don't understand it. Think, this is kind of like what Ervold taught me, except that, and then figure out what's different between what they're showing you and what I showed you, and that's what's different. And then you can concentrate on that. So, anyway, moving right along. All right, so we've taken our stance, right? Now, a stance may have the sword here, here, here. There's a million different ways to do it. We're just going to keep it on our shoulder so our arm doesn't get tired. Now, remember, we got our lead foot, our shield foot, pointing just a little bit to the inside of straight forward. We've got our sword foot, not directly behind it, but about a foot's width that way towards our sword hand. And the toe, again, pointing a little forward, so you have basically a pizza slice there. Now, there are two kinds of moves that we're going to be talking about. We're talking about the advance, which in reverse is the retreat. And we're going to talk about the passing step, which in reverse is the passing step to the rear. Okay, so passing step forward or pass to the back. Pass to the front, pass to the back. Or advance and retreat. Now advance, I'm going to do this in profile. In principle, when advancing, in principle, when fighting, you don't want to cross your feet any more than you absolutely have to for some stupid reason. That way, You never get your feet crossed. So, if I want to go that way, I pick up the foot that's going that way first, which would be our lead foot. You know, I can't see me. Where's my glasses? There they are. So where was I? Yeah. I'm going to hold this sword because it's more photogenic. All right, so there, now I can see me. Can you see my blue shoes there? Can't tell because all your lovely names are there. Okay, so you pick up the foot that's pointed that way, that's closer to that way, and you move it forward. Then you pick up the foot that's behind, and you resume your stance. The retreat is the same, just the other way, just going that way. You pick up the foot that's closer to that way, and you put it that way. And then you pick up the other foot and recover your stance. Every step, recover your stance. So, advance, retreat. Advance, retreat. Advance, retreat. Advance, retreat. This is where you're supposed to be doing it too. Now, I'm only doing advance and retreat because the screen's not that wide. So, I'm going to do it this way so that you can see what you would see in a fight, and so that I can take more advances in a row. So, advance, 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 advance. And now for retreats. Retreat, 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 retreat. For advance, 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 advance. For retreat, 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 retreat. Now wait a minute. Lord Airvold, do I push off on my heel or my toe? Again, do whatever feels right in the moment, but ideally, if you're on the balls of your feet, on your toes as they say, then you've got an extra thing you can spring off of, right? Because you can spring off of your hip, right? You can spring off your knee, and you can spring off your foot. There you go. If you're constantly on your toes, then your toes are springs. All right, so we're going to try to be moving on the balls of our toes here, balls of our feet. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I caught myself in a trap, and that was leaping. All right, that was allowing my head to go up. Try to keep your head on track. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what if you want to go right and left? Well, notice your feet are not in line, so one foot is actually closer that way, and the other foot is actually closer that way. So obviously, we follow the same principles. We take the foot that's closer to that. If we want to go that way, we take the foot that's closer that way and move it over there. Take the other foot and resume our stance. And if we want to go that way, we take the sword foot because it's closer to that way, move that over there. Take the other foot and resume our stance. All right? So, back and forward and to the shield, to the sword, to the shield, to the sword. Now, the reason my shoulders are oriented more like this than like this is two reasons. One, because it makes a smaller target, and two, because it gives you more room to develop power. That's the simple answer. And back, I mean that way, to the shield, to the sword, to the shield, to the sword, to the shield, to the sword, to the shield, to the sword. Now, in this orientation, so my opponent's over here, right? And 4 to the shield, 4 to the sword, then 4 to the shield. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. And I should say the number so that way you can do it after with the number. 1, 2, 3, 4. That way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more sets. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more set. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, just to make things interesting and to let you know, I'm gonna start calling out the directions at random. So, take stance, advance, retreat, to the sword, to the shield, retreat, to the front, retreat, 2 to the sword, 1, 2, 2 forward, 1, 2, 2 back, 1, 2, 1 forward, 1 to the shield, forward, shield, 1 back, 1 to the sword, back to the sword, 1 to the shield, forward, 2 back, 1, 2, forward then back, forward, back, 2 advance, 1 back, 1, 2, and back, 2 back, 1 forward, 1, 2, forward, 2 forward, 1 to the right, 2 forward, 1 to the sword, 1, 2, 3, 2 to the shield, 1 back, 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, so this is something you can do in your spare time when you're bored, when you're waiting for the bus, when you're waiting for the subway, especially in this day and age now that they've got limited subway service. So, but supposing you need to take 2 advances to get where you want to go, but you don't have time to take 2 steps. That's where the passing step comes in. Boom. That's actually like 4 advances in distance. Let's see. About 3 advances, but you see the way it works. A passing step is simple. 1 foot passes the other. Wham, bam. Now, yes, you crossed your feet. Hopefully you check to make sure no one's coming in to you from that way or that way so that they don't hit you while you're here. Because boom, ass over tea kettle. Now, knocking somebody over in the SCA is not actually a thing that you're supposed to do, but it happens. You're supposed to hit him, and you're supposed to hit him with your weapon, and he's supposed to fall down if he's dead. If you hit him in the head or the body and he's dead, or you hit him on the leg and he has to fight without that leg, but you're not supposed to blow into his body like a linebacker or a lineman. That's another sport. So, I thought I saw the moon behind me, but it's just a lamppost. So, let's do a passing step forward. Let's do a passing step back. Again, working on your balls of your feet. Passing step forward. Passing step back. Passing step forward. Passing step back. Now, to the shield and to the sword side, that's crossing the feet like a chorus line. But hey, someday you may just want to do that. So, let's get used to it. And passing step to the sword side. Pass to the shield side. Pass to the sword side. Pass to the shield side. Now, let's do several of them in a row in each direction. Okay, let's see how many pass forwards we can do between here and you. And 1, 2, and back. 1, 2, and forward. 1, 2, and back. 1, 2, and forward. 1. Whew, I confused myself. All right, and 1, 2, and back. 1, One more time. 1, 2, and back. 1, 2. Now let's get passing steps going to the sword and shield sides. 2 at a time. Let's see. We'll do it this way, so that way you get the front of me, and I'm coming towards you and away from you, only I'm facing that way. Ready, and I'm going to start with sword side. So, and 1, 2, and the other way. 1, 2. Give us a little bit more room. And 1, 2, and the other way. 1, 2. Now be careful you don't get yourself spread too far out because you're taking passing steps. And 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Now it's okay if you wound up, if you wound up with your feet too far apart, it's okay to follow by just pulling your other foot back. Perfectly fine. We're not giving points for sticking the dismount here. All right, so here we go. Crossing steps, 2 of them that way, 2 of them the other way. And 1, 2, and 1, 2, and cross. 1, 2, and the other way. 1, 2. Okay. Now we're going to mix it up with the crossing steps and the advances and the retreats. So, advance, retreat, advance to the sword side, that way, advance to the sword side, cross to the front. I should have said pass to the front. Retreat, retreat, pass to the shield side, pass to the rear, double pass to the front, pass to the rear, then retreat. All right, advance, retreat, then pass to the rear, retreat, pass to the rear. Okay, advance, advance, pass to the sword side, advance to the shield side, advance again to the shield side. Okay, now 2 advances, 1 pass back. Advance, advance, 1 pass back. 2 retreats, 1 pass forward. Retreat, retreat, and forward. Okay, and 1 advance, 2 pass backs. Advance, pass back, pass back. 2 advances, advance, advance. 1 retreat, 2 pass forwards. Retreat, 1, 2. Okay, now I don't want to spend all the evening doing this, though you could. These are to give you some ideas of some moves that you can do. Now, here's how we're going to pull it all together. By the way, who's out there now still? Andrea, Craig, Candy, Scheherazade, Nancy, Marcia, Anthony. Oh, we got a whole bunch more names there. Okay. Graham, good to see you here. John George Ross, Hen Z, John Krantz, Cy, how are you? Let's see, Elizabeth Rex, Your Majesty. Jerry, you have to go to the firehouse, Jerry. Okay, yeah, keep us safe. Dean, Michael Wren, St. Clair, Kurt, Jason, other Jason, Oriana. Okay, so if somebody could just throw up what time it is there, that'd be great, because once again, I forgot to bring a timepiece, and when you're on Facebook Live, the superphone doesn't tell me what time it is. Take water if you got it. We're going to move on. Okay. So, excuse me a minute. There we go. All right, so the sun's like almost completely down, but the lighting's pretty good here, so and we're staying far away from people on bicycles and scooters that are passing by. And these white stripes on my sleeves make it easier for you to see where my arms are going. Look kind of crazy too, actually. With the ball cap, I'm looking very 20th century right now. Anywho, so we're going to start with silly walks, which is basically advances, rocks, passes, and so forth. So we're going to start with that, and then I'll show you where we're going to go from there. So, ready, and 1, is a passing step. 2 is a passing step. 3, rocks back. That's not a move, but that's not a step, but it is a thing, actually. And 4 is a rock forward. Okay, we're just going to do that, but then we're going to break out of that specific pattern so that we can see where else we can go. All right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. I turn that into a rock back. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell you what I'm going to do. Rather than getting stuck on the 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to get into some. Wait, is that a? It's 8 right now. Okay, going to give it another 20 minutes. We're going to do some blocks and strikes. Now, truth to tell, a lot of the fighting in the SCA, the blocks, as it may be, happen because you happen to be swinging your sword at the same time as the other guy does, and they happen to meet halfway, as opposed to a deliberate block. You've got a shield, and if you've got a sword like this, you've most likely got a shield. And if you've got a shield, you're going to be blocking with your shield instead of your sword. But blocking with a sword is a thing. It's a skill. If you ever use a long sword, you won't have a shield. And if you ever lose your shield arm, you're going to have to fight with a sword. And sometimes it's just fun to fight with a sword. So, it's a good thing to learn. So, if a blow were to come at me from this side, to come to this side of my head, the block. First off, I like to fight with my hands here, kind of like a boxer, because it's a natural, comfortable position. And to block my head, I just move my shield up a little bit. To block my leg, I move it down a little bit, because I've got one of those shields that has 3 points, and so the lead corner blocks my head, the bottom corner blocks my leg, and I can move it this way, and if I had a functioning shoulder, I can move it up to catch the backside. This catches whatever the shield misses. So, if I felt like blocking like here, you see what this does? This sets me up for number 1. All right? And if it's coming to the other side and maybe I got fooled and I didn't move my shield fast enough, or some reason I might block this way. And you see what this sets up? This sets up number 2. So, we're just going to try a little pattern. Let's see what comes out. Block 1, block 2, block 1, block 2. You got that? So, follow the elbow, all right? Block. Actually, you don't have to move the elbow there, but it helps. Block 1, block 2, all right? Block 1, block 2, all right? So, we're going to try to use advances and retreats and crossing steps as we do these blocks and strikes. So, just going to try it with advances, all right? So, block 1, block 2. And now with retreats, block 1, block 2. And now advances, block 1, block 2. And now retreats, block 1, block 2. Now I'm going to do 2 advances, 2 retreats. So, block 1, block, 2, block, 1, block, 2, block, 1, block, 2, block, 1, block, 2. All right, now I'm going to see if I can move around my opponent instead of moving forward and back. So, let's get back here so you can see me. And I'm going to move that way. Block, 1, block, 2. Now back the other way. Block, 1, block, 2. We're going to go back and forth on this. Block, 1, block, 2, 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 block, 1, block, 2. All right, let's shake your shoulder out there. Now, I realize I was using a lot of shoulder because I wasn't using anything else. I wasn't using my torso, my midsection, my hips, my nothing. Let me see if I can while doing this, all right? And block. Block. 2. And block. 1. Block. 2. Block, 1, block, 2. It's really tough. Okay, it's a good thing that we learned how to kill somebody with just our arm, because it's really tough to get the plant when you're moving this way. So, let's see if let's just play around a bit and try to find how to move to best use all our mechanics to swing blows and block. All right, so boom. Okay, that crossing step is actually pushing off from the back. Boom. So right there, you're using a crossing step to develop a lot of power. Okay, so just do that with me. Boom. All right, let's do that a few times. And boom. All right, you can even start from here. Boom. All right. Boom. Now, where are we going to go with this? Boom. Let's say we're going to recover, right? Boom. Or boom. There we go. So, crossing step forward. Now, this is not a lunge. This is not a fencing lunge. Okay? This is a crossing step. Boom. Let your back foot catch up if you have to, because you want to be in a good position so that you can retreat. All right? So, boom. Retreat. All right? What do you got there? Try block on lead foot, strike on the closings. I can't think that fast. Okay, so, yeah, blocking on the... We can try that, but this sort of grew organically, Gavin, so let's go with this. I'll try that. I'll take that into consideration, but let's groove on this right now. So, boom and block. That wasn't good. And step back. All right? So we're going to imagine that he managed to block this, so now we got to block his... Now he's managed to block this, and he's coming back to the other side, all right? That he's blocked it like this, and he's coming back to the other side. Whatever, he made it work. So, boom, block. All right? And boom, block. And boom, block. And boom, block. All right? Well, let me try another block because, truth to tell, if he blocked this way, it's really a stretch to think that he's going to come around and get this blow. On the other hand, if he blocked like this, that's going to be quite logical. But we're going to assume that he did a block that we already have discussed, and that is this block, all right? So he does this block, that means he's coming back, he's probably coming back this way. So, boom, you gotta draw back. And now, drawing back with the retreat has very little mechanical advantage for that block. So, boom, you're gonna draw back and block with the crossing step, like so. So there you go. Cross forward, cross back, okay? Cross forward, cross back, all right? Cross forward, cross back, and cross forward, cross back. But now, he's advancing towards you. You don't want to keep it in a straight line. You want to go to one side or the other. I'm going to suggest that we go, let's see, if he's blocking like this and coming back here, then that means this is his shield side. So his sword's over here already, so his sword's kind of in the way of us going that way. So we're going to go the other way, away from his shield. All right? So, advance. Boom, crossing step forward, crossing step back, and now advance to our shield side. Boom, like so. Okay? So, crossing, bonk. So, crossing step forward, bang, crossing step back, back, advance to the shield side. Boom. All right? So, forward, back to the shield side. Bang, back, shield side. All right? And bang, back, shield side. Okay. Bang, back, shield side. All right. Let's not do it so fast that we lose our balance. And bang, back, shield side. And bang, back, shield side. And bang, back, shield side. One more time. Bang, back, shield side. Now, let's see what we can do. Bang, back, shield side, bang. We've already gone that way.
Nice stuff, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy, man. Have a safe day.
You too, thank you. Bang, back, shield side. Yeah, you know what? We're going to try to hit him in the face as we go to the shield side. So, bang, back, shield side. All right? We're going to take 2 steps to the shield side and hit him on the second step. Okay. Bang, back, shield side, bang. All right? We're actually going to switch positions and wind up with our sword leg in the front when we hit him in the face as we go that way. All right? So, bang, back, and side, and bang. See, that way we've pivoted on this foot, pushed off from this leg, bang. And then we've hit him, and then we recover. Now, that takes me out of camera range, so I got to start over here. So, bang, and back, and side, and pow. All right? So, bang, and back to the side, and bang. All right? Bang, and back to the side, and pow. All right? So that's kind of like a crossing step here. So we've got a crossing step forward, a crossing step back. an advance to the shield side, and then another advance followed by a crossing step. Or it's like half of an advance followed by a crossing step. So everything we're doing, we've already talked about, we're just putting it together in a practical manner. So, forward, back, step, step, pivot. All right? Forward, back, step, step, pivot. All right? Forward, back, step, step, pivot. All right. Forward, back, step, 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 pivot. Okay? And forward, back, step, 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 pivot. Okay? And forward, back, step, 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 pivot. Now, having delivered your blow, pulling it back like this, as if fighting the momentum is going to kill our shoulder, so we're going to finish it in a way that doesn't kill our shoulder. All right, so we can do it here because what we're doing is we're folding ourselves. Well, let's see. Bang, bang. Okay, what we're doing here is we're kind of leaving the tip out, turning the palm down, bringing our elbow back, and then just angle, and then pivoting the sword up. So, bang, bang. So it's out there, and then we bring it back home. So we're not fighting the momentum by doing this. We're following the momentum. We're just redirecting it back home. So, bang, up. All right? And if you don't watch yourself, you'll hit yourself in the face. So, bang, redirect. Okay? Bang, redirect the momentum. Bang, and back. All right? Now, the step, step of an advance to that side. And now, the step pivot of a passing step to that side. And bang. All right? So, here we go again. And we don't have to take that little step, but we can. Bang, bang, step, step, and bang. Bang, back, step, step, and bang. All right, now it's okay if you can't match my speed or you don't want to match my pace. Do it at your pace to get the steps right. And bang, back, step, 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 pivot. Also, there's all kinds of rhythms this could have. Bang, back, step, 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 pivot. All right. Bang, back, step, 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 pivot. There we go. Pivot. All right. When you're done with that lat swing, there, just let it drop, okay? And let the momentum bring it back up. Yeah, you gotta go. Okay, Travis, thanks for coming by. Everybody else, it's probably about 8:15 now. We're just gonna try this sequence a few more times, then we're gonna do our cool down exercises. So, use these next few times to explore the different parts of your body that you can use. Can you push off more on your foot, less? How do you control it so that you don't overextend in every step? How can you keep yourself in full control? Work at your own pace or match me. The point is, try to find a way to maximize the bang at the end of every sword blow and to maximize the balance on every step. All right? So, bang, back, step, 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 pivot. And bang, back, step, 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 pivot. Bang, back, step, 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 pivot. step, step, pivot. Gotta wipe my nose a little bit. And bang, back, step, 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 pivot. You know, this would be a lot easier on my elbow if I were actually hitting something. And bang, step back, step, 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 pivot. 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 Okay, one little thing I'm visualizing here is that the bang comes and hits him in the side of the head, so the sword has to be pointing straight forward. So it actually kind of slips a little in the hand at that last second, and then you grab it. However, on the pivot, it's hitting him in the front of the face, so I expect it to be coming in like this, so I may not have to extend all the way, but then so I can actually get it in a death grip rather than letting it slip and completely finishing the extension, in which case I might have to put a little bit of extra punch into it like a boxer. It's a thing. And bang, back, step, step, and pivot. 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 Okay, a little slower now. Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. The last 3 times I did it, the blow landed at a different time related to my foot hitting the ground. I think I got the most power when it landed at the same time my foot hit the ground. I'm going to keep on trying that. Step, and pivot. There you go. Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. 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 All right, a little bit more pace here. Bang, and back, step, step, and pivot. A little bit more intent. Bang, and back, step, step, and pivot. Bang, 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 back, step, step, and pivot. Wait, I'm forgetting the block. All right. Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. Shield up. Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. Bang, back. Oh. Sometimes you throw yourself out when you're not actually ready. Okay, 5 more times. 5 more good ones, then we cool down exercise, then a final word. All right. 5. Now we're going to count up to 5. 1, bang, back, step, step, and pivot. 2, bang, back, step, step, and pivot. Now, just a thing I'm noticing, because I don't have something to stop this sword blow, I'm keeping my sword blow compact so I don't pull out my elbow. So on the pivot. I'm kind of keeping I'm not extending my arm fully. Watch this. Bang. So that way I don't lose my elbow. So I can afford to do that because on the crossing step I'm getting real close. So that way I'm getting a lot of momentum going just from the force of my body, so I don't have to overcommit the extension of my arm. So we're up to 3 now, right? Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. There you go. 4, bang, back, step, step, and pivot. 5, and bang, block, step, step, and pivot. All right, one more time. Bang, back, step, step, and pivot. All right, how'd you guys do out there? This was great. Hey, Scott, Craig Wiener, Stuyvesant in the house. Eric, sorry, good to see you here. Team USA, Lionhearts, Alice, Travis, Gavin, Graham, John, George, Hen, Cy, Jerry, John, Elizabeth, Dean, Michael, St. Clair, Kurt, Jason, other Jason, Oriana, Marcus, Janet, Chinese letters. Please type your name out in phonetic English so that I know how to pronounce it. Third Jason. Tonight's the night of the living Jasons, okay? Benjamin, Jacko, Andrea, Craig, Candy, Scheherazade, Nancy, Marsha, Anthony, Richard, Chris, Eve, Stephen, John, Jerry again, Aja, Anna, and Travis, Tim, Craig, other Craig, Bob, Betty Lou, and Gavin again. Thank you all for coming down here. Now, as I say, other people may teach different techniques. Doesn't mean this is wrong, just means it's different and it may or may not work for you. I find it helps if I just think about it as it's exactly like what I learned except that, and then I just think of how it's different and feed off of that there. If you've got a recovery beverage, drink, or food of some sort, preferably one protein rich. I don't care if you're grinding up liver into a smoothie or something. Get a steak, get a chicken, get it within the next 30 to 45 minutes. Some people say an hour, but put that in you. But before that, cool down. All right, because you don't want to be sore in the morning. So, glasses over here. All right, take water. I don't know about you, but I need this drink. By the way, our New York's finest boys in blue got 3 cars out here with their disco lights going. So that's where you're getting that disco light effect here. But since I'm all by my lonesome, not hurting anybody and miles away from anybody else, they've got nothing to be mad at me for. So for once in my life, okay, let's not go there. All right, so, and knees soft, not a full horse stance, not a full second position, but wider than your shoulders. And arms up, both of them if you can manage it. I can't. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and let it down. Just flop over there. Okay. Just let your arms swing like an elephant and go over to one side, pull it a little, gently, gently, gently. To the other side. Gently, gently, gently. Down. Squat. There you go. Gently. Gentle bounces here. Gently, gently, gently. Stretch it out. Shake your head. Hands behind your legs. There you go. Feel the stretch. Roll it up. There you go. Stretch out that groin. Other side. Stretch out that hamstring. Other side. Take this arm, fold it up like so. Stretch out everything there. Do the same with the other side. There you go. There. Other arm. If you've got something you can put your hand on, put it there. I'm throwing away these gloves as soon as I get home. Stretch out here, all right? Especially on your sword arm. All right? And. Okay. So, there we go. All right. So, I don't think I want to touch any of my stuff, with my gloved hands. Let me see, how am I going to do this? The practicalities. Tell you what, guys, I'm going to deal with this. What do I touch with the gloves on and without the gloves now that I've had the gloves on to myself? Thank you all for showing up. Please, tell me what you thought about tonight's workout. Put it in the comments below. If there's anything you want to see in future workouts, please say so. If you want to see the previous workouts, go to youtube.com/New York Knights Combat. If you want to go participate in the sport that this workout is for, look up the Crown Province of Ostgardr, Ostgardr, on Facebook, or search for it in Google. We got our own website. Fighter practices will be at this time, Tuesdays from 7 to 8:30, so long as we're not allowed to see each other in person, and it'll be from 7 to like 9:30 or something, maybe 10, depending on how many people show up and how tired we don't get, until it gets cold outside. Hopefully, we'll get together before it gets cold outside. And I love you all. Thank you for coming. And Lord Airvold, coming at you.